In this segment, we examine allegations made by a client who claims to have been scammed after purchasing a trading robot known as the Smurf charger robot, allegedly sold or promoted by Bandile Trades. The following timeline is based on message records and communication attempts shared by the client. It highlights a pattern of delayed responses, unfulfilled promises, and unresolved refund requests. Quick disclaimer. This episode is for informational purposes only. All allegations mentioned are based on client communications and claims shared publicly. No legal conclusions are being made. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own due diligence. The initial complaint, August 4th. The issue reportedly begins on Sunday, the 4th of August, when the client contacts Bandile seeking assistance with the Smurf bot, which was not functioning as expected. At 1 o'clock, the client sends a message asking what steps to take. No response follows. Later that same day, at around 7 o'clock, the client sends another message and attempts a voice call again, receiving no reply. According to the client, this marks the beginning of a recurring pattern. Once payment was made, communication allegedly became inconsistent or non-existent. Continued following-ups and silence, September 2nd to 12th. Nearly a month later, on Monday the 2nd of September, the client sends question marks in an attempt to get attention. There is no response. On the 3rd of September, the client asks directly,
Bandile, bro, if you can't help me with the bot, please give me back my money, bro, please refund me.
Again, no reply. On the 8th of September, the client responds to one of Bandile's WhatsApp status updates, followed by another message on the 9th of September, asking how to access a copper trading setup allegedly being advertised. On the 10th of September, the client attempts a video call, no answer. On the 11th of September, another message and voice call go unanswered. On the 12th of September, the client again reaches out. Despite long gaps between messages, meaningful response is received. Subscription confusion and license promises. On the 12th of September, the client notices a sign-up confirmation indicating a monthly charge of 399 Rand. When this is raised, Bandile allegedly responds that it is a once-off fee and asks for the client's device confirmation. Later that morning, the client requests the license key. No license is sent. By the 18th of September, Bandile asks for the client's email address, suggesting that the issue will be resolved. According to the client, this created the impression that progress was being made. However, no solution follows. On the 19th of September, the client again asks for updates. On the 21st of September, another message is sent in response to a WhatsApp status post. A video call attempt again goes unanswered. Continued delays and requests for refund. On the 23rd of September, Bandile replies briefly with hi. The client immediately reminds him that the license key has still not been delivered. Another voice call attempt is ignored. The client then explicitly asks for a refund, stating frustration and exhaustion from repeated follow-ups. On the 24th of September, after another unanswered call, Bandile replies later in the day saying he was offline and again asks for the client's email address, despite having requested it previously. According to the client, this repeated request for details created the impression of progress, but no actual resolution followed. End of September, ongoing non-delivery. By the 30th of September, the client again reports that the robot still does not work. Multiple calls go unanswered. Later that day, the client writes that the service has been poor and asks once more for a refund, stating that the robot was purchased as far back as May, yet had never generated any trades. Bandile allegedly responds by saying he will call later that day and asks what time would be suitable. At 9:45, the client follows up, but no call comes through. October, promises continue. On the 4th of October, the client sends another message. No response. On the 5th of October, another reminder is sent, emphasizing that real money was paid and nothing has worked. On the 8th of October, the client sends multiple messages throughout the day. 7 o'clock, e-message sent. 11:30, voice call. 1 o'clock, refund request. All reportedly go unanswered. The client states that despite purchasing the robot in May, by October it still had not opened a single trade. At one point, Bandile allegedly responds by saying, "It will start tomorrow." According to the client, this response was deeply frustrating, as month had already passed without functionality. October 10th, 12, final developments. On the 10th of October, the client again asks for a refund and provides reason supporting the request. On the 12th of October, Bandile allegedly activates the license key. By this point, the client states they had already waited nearly 5 months, with no trading activity, no profits, and repeated delays. The client concludes that this was the moment they realized they had likely been scammed. Broader allegations and growing tension. Beyond this individual case, there are claims circulating that multiple people are unhappy with Bandile's conduct. Some voice notes circulating online allege that individuals in Durban are angry over financial losses connected to him. These recordings claim that certain individuals feel deceived and are seeking accountability. Important clarification: these are allegations and third-party claims. No verified legal findings are presented here. References to threats or intimidation are reported claims only and not endorsed or verified. The recordings suggest Bandile allegedly scammed multiple individuals. Some people claim he owes money to influential figures, taxi boss son. Concerns have been raised about his safety. Claims that he has avoided certain areas. Allegations that his online location posts exposed his whereabouts. Again, these are unverified claims shared by third parties and should be treated with caution. Closing commentary. If the allegations are true, this situation highlights a serious issue within the online trading education space. Lack of accountability, poor customer support, and unregulated product sales. If you sell a service, robot, or mentorship, clients deserve transparency. Deliverables must be provided. Refunds should be honored where promised. Communication should remain consistent. For consumers, this case reinforces an important reminder. Always verify, research, and remain cautious when dealing with online trading products that promise automation or fast results. This video is not intended to harass, threaten, or defame any individual. It documents allegations, client experiences, and publicly shared communications for awareness purposes only. If you found this breakdown helpful, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more investigative content.